I know, I wasn't supposed to do another video until next month, but you didn't get a video last month, so I'm giving you this one. Hello again, ladies, gentlemen, and fellow non-binary daisies. Now, when I say that commercials and PSAs have been my longest standing hyperfixation, I truly mean it. I've grown up. I've turned 21. I had a whole-ass gender evolution. I graduated middle and high school, had at least 5 jobs, relationships have come and gone, and I still love commercials and PSAs just as much as I did when I was 9. But the commercial aspect, regrettably, is something I don't look at enough since, well, I'm not gonna lie, it doesn't get as much engagement as the PSA stuff does. And it's a shame, so I'm gonna change that. Roll the fucking intro, bitches. It's the first commercial countdown in years.
The beast lives out of the raging storm in the dead of night.
When the clock strikes 6:30, babe, time to head for golden lights. Hey, it's a good time for the great taste dinner at McDonald's. It's Mac tonight. Come on, make it Mac tonight.
If you're a veteran Antonia fan, you'd know how much this one really takes me back. It was the #1 on my very first commercial upload, the top 10 McDonald's commercials. It's actually my favorite commercial of all time. I'm personally divided on how much it qualifies to be on this list, since in this context, Mac is one of the most wholesome commercial mascots ever, though I can see why people find Mac creepy. His moon head is a little unsettling, and if you're a music nerd like me, you wouldn't really have had Mac the Knife as your fucking bass for your jingle, considering how dark that song is. Not to mention the whole Moon Man thing, but fight me on this, I actually love Mac.
The beast lives out of the raging storm in the dead of night.
Hello, Mrs. Jensen. You don't have any Snickers in your shopping cart. The neighborhood kids love Snickers on Halloween. Let me help you. I'm only helping. Snickers.
We're definitely going to her house. Shh.
This Halloween, nothing satisfies like Snickers.
I honestly don't know why people find that commercial that creepy. Either I've seen so much that I have a very skewed sense of horror, or y'all are just fucking pussies. Personally, this is one of my favorite Halloween commercials. It isn't even the creepiest commercial Snickers ever made. That is a bit lower on this list. Like, the grandma disguise is kind of freaky, as is her Tiny Tim-esque voice, but hey, she still serves way more cunt for, being someone comprised of 2 8-year-olds in a massive disguise than I did before my egg cracked.
The beast lives out of the raging storm in the dead of night.
New, the double crust sandwich. Egg and meat and cheese and meat and cheese. That's right. The double crust sandwich. Wake up with the king. New, the enormous omelet sandwich. Egg-normous, meat-normous, cheese-normous. That's right. The enormous famous omelet sandwich. Wake up with the king. Wake up with BK Joe. 100% Arabica beans. Decaf, regular, and turbo strength for you, sleepyhead. New BK Joe. Wide awake with the king.
Before you say anything, I haven't found this one super scary in years, but I used to be terrified of these commercials as a little kid. But in baby Antonia's defense, you'd be terrified too if this creepy-ass king, with his big-ass unnatural smile, who never talks, was randomly staring through your window or in your bed. This ad campaign made me hate the king for so many years, and clearly my opinion was shared by so many Americans that it made Burger King retire the king for 5 years.
The beast lives out of the raging storm in the dead of night.
$60? This game sucks. They screwed me. It's exactly the same game. Oh, God. $60? Oh, they did it to me again. I could have bought food. Ouya.
I'm gonna keep it a $1.60 with y'all. See what I did there? This ad was arguably the only thing about the Ouya console more memorable than how much it failed. God, everything about this PSA is uncomfortable as fuck, though. Like, this fucking guy just completely lost his mind. Honestly, this PSA isn't even really as scary as much as it is disgusting. I didn't need to see a man rip his own spine out and beat himself with it into a puddle of blood and vomit.
The beast lives out of the raging storm in the dead of night.
When a cold chill begins to burn at your very soul, that's the sweet touch of love. Oh, when just a drop of a name begins to sting your very toe, that's the sweet touch of love. Oh, yes it is. Just the thought of not seeing you would blow my mind. Oh, that's the sweet touch of...
I think the concept of this commercial is freaky as hell, but in practice, compared to these other ads, I think this is a perfect spot for it. Is the Chocolate Man's plastered-on grin as women sexually harass him gonna haunt my nightmares? Absolutely. But to be honest, it's not as creepy as some make it out to be. It's up there, but still. I think more so the concept of this is scary.
The beast lives out of the raging storm in the dead of night.
I am here for your heads.
Who are you?
I am the horseless headsman.
I think you mean the headless horseman.
No, I mean the horseless headsman.
How's that even scary? It's really...
Look at my head.
Ooh. Have a Snickers.
Why?
Because you get confused when you're hungry. Better?
Better.
You're not you when you're hungry. Snickers is Halloween's satisfaction.
This is what I mean about there being a creepier Snickers commercial nobody fucking talks about. And the thing is, I think the horseless headsman is way creepier than the headless horseman. He is so uncanny valley. And the way he talks is freaky too. Like, the kids roasting him make it less creepy, but this commercial still freaked me the fuck out as a kid. And while that stock horror laugh makes it a bit hard to take seriously, it's still deserving of its spot.
The beast lives out of the raging storm in the dead of night.
Хуч представляет охученные фрукты.
Коктейли «Хуч» с натуральным соком. Охученные фрукты.
What the fuck did I just watch?
The beast.
Nah, just joshing. I was just trying to see if you were paying attention. Okay, this really isn't as scary as it is cursed, but fucking hell, these fruits look hideous! Don't take that out of context. Please. I mean, these CGI fruits are some of the most hideous things I've ever seen, even for 2000 standards. And the plastered on grins the orange and lemon have, I'll be seeing this in my nightmares.
The beast lives out of the raging storm in the dead of night.
We are Nintendo Ultimate TV Game System. We challenge all players. You cannot beat us. Aim your zapper gun. You cannot beat us. Even with your robot partner. You cannot beat us. Score 1 million. You cannot beat us. Discover new worlds. You cannot beat us. We are Nintendo. We challenge all players. You cannot beat us.
What, you thought I was joking about this being the next entry? Of course not! This is probably Nintendo's most infamous commercial of all time. To be fair, they'd probably rather have this commercial be their biggest controversy than their anti-consumer business practices nowadays. And that's saying something, considering that this commercial, for the longest time, wrecked Nintendo's reputation. And honestly, the taunts from these CGI Nintendo creatures, I don't blame the Australians. They freak me out. Though the ad becomes less scary when you realize they sound like Daleks from Doctor.
The beast lives out of the raging storm in the dead of night.
Honestly, I can't even get mad at this queen. A pretty seamless transition. I mean, you saw mine. I wasn't always a bad bitch either. Sure, I didn't ship up Theseus my body together with severed parts like this diva. I'm pure hard work, genetics, and estrogen, and that's what makes this commercial rather freaky, but honestly, I like it. It's a good commercial, and it's very creative. I love it a lot. Also, goddamn, what is with these past two lists and having Hear Me Out material? Damn, honestly, both the guy and the girl he turned himself into can get it.
The beast lives out of the raging storm in the dead of night.
I say, let's muzzle them. Let the lie detector do it. We want your secret recipe for the 25 cents. And we want it now. You're going to tell us now?
Why, it's my pleasure, lady.
Go ahead, tell us.
First, we take some eggs, and some milk, and
yes, Colonel.
some flour, and savory.
And
then we have 4 ounces.
4 ounces of what?
4 ounces of 4 ounces of grandfather's overcoat.
Give up, girls. How to blend 11 herbs and spices that make Kentucky Fried Chicken so finger-licking good. That's the Colonel's secret. forever.
Now, Colonel, let's try it again, and this time the truth.
Finally, I had 3 shoelaces and a hubcap.
One of the very first Kentucky Fried Chicken commercials ever made. One hell of a way to start your advertising department. And while I think it's relatively tame, it's still unnerving to see the Colonel held hostage for the 11 herbs and spices in this creepy room full of electronic sounds. Though I did laugh out loud at some of the ridiculous ingredients the Colonel provided to the interrogators, such as his grandpa's overcoat and a hubcap.
The beast lives, out of the raging storm, in the dead of night.
Breakfast! I'm hungry! Take it from Krinkles. That's me. The best breakfast under the big top is post-sugar rice Krinkles. So crinkly, so delicious, so different. Each grain of rice in sugar rice Krinkles is crinkled with honey and sugar. It's so good, I crinkle every time I eat it. Yep, no matter what other rice cereal you've ever tried, you'll love post-sugar rice Krinkles best of all. Honey and sugar make it different and wonderful. A circus of fun to eat. So you crinkle on down to the store for post-sugar rice Krinkles, the greatest cereal treat on earth.
The second oldest commercial on this list, and it shows. Maybe I'm just really online, but Krinkles is not the first thing I'd name my cereal mascot. I will not fucking explain. If you've been online as long as I have, you probably already know what I'm hinting at. Let's just say, in my years of being a trans furry with not a lot of community in my area, I've seen some shit. To be honest, Krinkles himself isn't too bad, though those eyes are not doing any favors for him. He looks like he's snorted an entire IKEA full of cocaine. Jesus Christ. And I think that's what makes this clown so freaky to everyone.
The beast lives, out of the raging storm, in the dead of night.
Rated M for mature. Twisted metal. Black.
Now we're getting into the real meat and potatoes of this countdown. I'm not gonna lie, a plane crashing into a building in your commercial a month before 9/11 is crazy, bro. Now, because I was born in 2004, I never saw this commercial on TV, but damn, that house is creepy, as well as the constant loop of make it stop. And the gameplay, considering what this game is also very violent and chaotic. This entire ad has this very eerie quality to it that makes it one of the only video game ads on here.
The beast lives, out of the raging storm, in the dead of night.
suppose I couldn't really have done any better. For what it's worth, could I really come up with anything better for a product with such terrifying effects as cigarettes? No, not really. That music is beyond terrifying, as is the atmosphere of the diver. And the ad makes it look like they are worshipping a giant cigarette pack, like it is a massive tribute to some death god. Jesus fucking Christ. This ad alone could make me quit smoking were I ever to take it up. But no, I only
smoke weed every day.
The beast lives out of the raging storm in the dead of night.
The flame will come out. There was no passion left. And then my wife suggested we got Playboy TV. That was 2 weeks ago.
before the internet making it so this was how lonely people got their rocks off. There was this thing called Playboy TV. And well, this is certainly a way to advertise your porn channel. A man trying to spice up his sex life, and he becomes a dirty old man. It's shot like a damn Hitchcock flashback, and the way the man speaks really freaks me out. And that smile. That fucking smile. He speaks like he's gone completely off the deep end, and he probably has due to his extremely long gooning session that has aged this 28-year-old man so much he looks 82.
The beast lives out of the raging storm in the dead of night.
There's good reason for my glistening skin, and how I shine, and how my pores are so clean and clear. I eat little baby's ice cream. It keeps me young. It keeps me light on my feet. I spring from activity to activity. I love my job. I love my life. When you eat little baby's ice cream, you'll wink and nod and hug and high-five each other with great enthusiasm. This is a special time. Little baby's ice cream. Ice cream is a feeling.
This ad is one that's kind of lost its scare factor due to how many lists it's been on, and yet it's so fucking unnerving. Those piercing blue eyes as the ice cream entity, yes, this thing canonically has no gender. They're an NB icon much like your girl, and honestly, based on the ice cream creature. Eats themselves alive, yeesh. The narrator isn't any better. He sounds like fucking Patrick Bateman monologuing, but the music is quite satisfying.
The beast lives out of the raging storm in the dead of night.
You idiots really thought you'd get out of an editing joke? I know these commercials have been memed to death. Hell, I just did it in favor of showing the jump scare, but I can see why a lot of millennial and Gen Z Germans and internet users live in fear of these commercials. That scream is so much louder than the rest of the commercial, which tends to just be stock footage of something relaxing. It's supposed to mirror the effects of the drink, and I know most lists have a no screamers rule because of this, but it is a shame not to include them. Why this one? It's the most famous, that's why.
The beast lives out of the raging storm in the dead of night.
Eyes scream. You scream. We all scream for Little Baby's ice cream. Handmade, super premium Philadelphia-style ice cream. Available in a rainbow of delicious flavors. Little Baby's ice cream. Ice cream is a feeling.
What the actual fuck?
Hey, I hate to break it to you, but you've already used this joke.
Bitch, shut the fuck up, it's my video.
Okay, tell me how you really feel.
The fuck are you even doing in this video?
You mean to tell me you're not dead or dying?
No, I'm just mad inconsistent.
Okay, carry on with your day.
Okay, sorry, the Grim Reaper had a bit of a mistake with me. I've established in other countdowns I do not like the trope I scream whatsoever, and I have never liked the 2010s trope of mouths for eyes. Sorry if my statements on some of these are so short, but I genuinely can't comprehend what the fuck I just laid eyes on. How the fuck does this have to do with ice cream?
The beast lives out of the raging storm in the dead of night.
My Whopper.
Another Burger King commercial on this list. I actually remember seeing this one all over Twitter, and this was when Burger King was really subversive with its advertising. Now, hopefully you know why it's clowns. And this ad, it's shot like a damn horror movie, which I guess was the intent since this was at the end of the scary clown craze that followed on the heels of the It remakes. Unfortunately, I live in the most boring state ever. Near none of these cities these events happened in.
The beast lives out of the raging storm in the dead of night.
You'd think this ad is counterintuitive considering that it's for calming tea, and this ad involving horror villains being drowned in said tea is, well, anything but that. I have almost drowned twice, and so yeah, the fear these monsters are feeling is very palpable. And that fucking scream from the clown, oh my god. It is less scary when you realize these are Temu versions of Pennywise, Leatherface, and I don't know the last one. But it is certainly one of the scariest ads Germany has ever put out. And one of the last we'll see from them in a while.
The beast lives out of the raging storm in the dead of night.
Higgins, more yogurty coated Skittles.
Yogurt boy.
Creamy. More.
Pacify the rainbow. Taste the rainbow.
Considering most Skittles commercials are just weird but silly, this commercial is such a tonal dissonance from your usual Skittles commercial fare. This poor butler did not get paid enough for this. The yogurt boy himself is really what makes this ad so creepy. Let's not beat around the bush. He looks like he is made of a very different kind of yogurt than is implied in the commercial. And the fact that this spoiled brat is using this creature to make sweets for himself, I don't like it at all. I don't like this commercial at all, and most don't.
The beast lives out of the raging storm in the dead of night.
Go ahead and lick something. We lick you very much. If you want to lick something, lick us. We love to lick. We lick to love. We are love lickers. Little baby's ice cream. Ice cream is a feeling.
Jesus fucking Christ, I really didn't think it was possible for little baby's ice cream to get creepier than Ice Scream, but this fucking thing did it. Somehow you combined the terrifying plastered-on grin of the Burger King and your demonic-ass ice cream being. And I guess these are a cannibalistic species of ice cream humanoids? Fuck, I'm an idiot. That was implied in their first ad on this list. Did I fucking drop acid before making this list? What the fuck?
The beast lives out of the raging storm in the dead of night.
Hi. Here are your pizzas.
I don't think we ordered any pizzas.
Why don't I, place this on your table?
Bugs want in, Orkin keeps them out. Don't just call an exterminator, call an expert. The Orkin man. He'll protect your home from pests. Orkin, keeping pests in their place. Call now and save $50 on pest control.
I get it. How are you this morning? I was wondering if I could use your phone. My car broke down a few blocks over, and is that Oak? I want to try and call my brother-in-law.
What? Bugs want in, Orkin keeps them out.
I got it. I was wondering if I could use your phone. My car broke down a few blocks over, and... Is that Oak? I wanted to call my brother-in-law.
What? Bugs one in, Orkin keeps them out. Don't just call an exterminator. Call an expert, the Orkin man. He'll conduct a free termite inspection and help keep your home protected from termites and pests. Orkin, keeping pests in their place.
Jennifer, Todd from BlindDateLove.com.
You don't look anything like your picture.
Yeah, that was taken years ago. What do you say we go back to your place? Hmm?
Termites one in, Orkin keeps them out. No one is better trained to protect your home from termites. Orkin, keeping pests in their place.
You were not supposed to be back until Sunday. We could use the boy. Yeah. On drums.
Rodents want to make your home their home, but Orkin keeps them out. Get guaranteed protection from rats, mice, and all kinds of pests. Orkin, keeping pests in their place.
Hi. Beautiful night. Mind if I join you? Are we dipping skinny?
Bugs one in, Orkin keeps them out. He finds them, he deals with them. He makes sure they don't come back. Orkin, keeping pests in their place.
Hello. We're here to deliver your new couch.
Couch?
It has a matching ottoman. Sugar.
Bugs one in, Orkin keeps them out. No one's better trained to rid your home of pests and keep them from coming back. Orkin, keeping pests in their place.
I already don't like bugs, and I feel like seeing these commercials as a 7-year-old is what made them really freak me out. Like, the way these bugs talk is so creepy. Their stories are hilariously flimsy, but it's the way they blatantly state their intent. They sound like if you say no, they will fucking end your life, and that would seem merciful. I hate these bastards. Though I must admit, some of them have really sweet rides, especially that Bedbug's classic Corvette.
The beast lives, out of the raging storm, in the dead of night.
Let me tell you what bugs me about human endeavour. I've never been the human in question. Have you? Mankind went to the moon. I don't even know where Grimsby is. Forget progress by proxy. Land on your own moon. It's no longer about what they can achieve out there in your behalf, but what we can experience up here in our own time. It's called mental wealth.
There are 3 PlayStation commercials on this list, and shockingly, this is the most tame. Aside from this girl's Scouse accent, this is one of the creepiest things I've ever watched. She states things wise beyond her years, with her face warped to look alien. But the face isn't even the creepiest thing of the ad. It's the ambiance combined with the fact that she's in what looks to be a padded cell. I won't underestimate the power of PlayStation. You ain't gotta tell me, Sony.
The beast lives, out of the raging storm, in the dead of night.
I am a huge fan of Welsh former PSA and commercial aficionado Back to the Past, and quite a few of these you may recognize from his Top 10 Scary Adverts video. A right classic that one is. But that is not the point. Now this is one of the most underrated commercials of all time, but I won't deny that it is really, really fucking creepy. Now, it's obviously a much darker parody of Demolition Man, a movie where, much like in this commercial, all pleasures are forbidden, but when I say darker, I mean darker. I'm not hungry per se, Burger King, but I am terrified, especially from that scream.
The beast lives, out of the raging storm, in the dead of night.
Beware the jadder man, my dear, when the moon is fat. Sharp of tongue and spindle-limbed he is, and cunning. With sweetened talk of schnapps and mets and the deliciousness of judders. But schnapps, though sweet, has teeth, my love, and sharpened ones at that. Beware the jadder man, my dear, when the moon is fat. Jadder bedia mets och schnapps.
Haven't seen this guy in a countdown since I was 14. As creepy as he is, I've missed him. Now he's based off the creatures of German folklore, and while considering how he lures you in, that checks out. This man's movements and actions are incredibly unnerving, especially considering he uses said drink to turn the weary traveler into a puppet. No wonder it got banned from being shown during the day.
The beast lives, out of the raging storm, in the dead of night.
On January 23rd, Apple Computer will announce the Macintosh Office. You can look into it, or you can go on with business as usual.
Remember when Apple actually used to make good commercials? I do, if only through the internet, and well, this was actually recognized as one of their worst of the time. I mean, it was always going to be hard to beat 1984, but it works pretty well on the horror scale. What isn't quite in the truly terrifying territory we'll get into later, the businessmen killing themselves and whistling hi-ho is creepy as fuck.
The beast lives, out of the raging storm, in the dead of night.
Yes, it's the Mickey Rooney Show, brought to you by the Jolly Green Giant, your best friend in peas and corn.
Oh, hi, here's the Jolly Green Giant you see on a label with golden corn and tender peas. The Jolly Green Giant will set up your table with golden corn and tender peas. The Jolly Green Giant is here. The Jolly Green Giant is here.
For the very first appearance ever of the Jolly Green Giant, they certainly didn't make him friendly looking, and this, dear viewer, is the oldest commercial on this list. How do I know? The Mickey Rooney Show aired from 1954 to 1955, and this ad came right before it. But that's not the point. He's just casually strolling in his creepy-ass walk across this farm with that fucking plastered-on grin. It's mostly his stilted movements and smile that make this commercial so creepy.
The beast lives out of the raging storm in the dead of night.
In the beginning, nature gave us a fantastic gift, music. We played and played. Life was a melody. Then one day, a voice told us, get a job. So we sucked and sucked and sucked. Fathers, mothers, children, we all sucked. And we lost our gift. We became bad musicians. So bad. Humans, you have a natural gift for playing. Don't lose it. Work less, play more.
While Life is Short is far more infamous than this one, I think that this one is the far creepier OG Xbox commercial. The mosquitoes are creepy in what they do best, that being blood-sucking little menaces. But the tone the ad takes is exceptionally creepy as well. Their gift is usurped by their job of being said blood-sucking menaces. And the shot of a bunch of them being dead in a child's room is haunting.
The beast lives out of the raging storm in the dead of night.
Touch the tripwire of the Valmara 69 bounding landmine, and ball bearings would be blasted through those of you seated in rows A to G at over 1,000 miles per hour, literally tearing you apart. Those in rows H to L would be maimed beyond all recognition, while the rest of you would be left critically wounded. Valmara 69 landmines cost just £30 each. Certain regimes throughout the world borrow millions of pounds in order to plant landmines indiscriminately, which is why one bank never has and never will finance the supply of arms to oppressive regimes.
What's the difference between the cooperative bank and the other major banks? Is it that we have 24-hour telephone banking? Is it that we have a network of high street branches? Is it that we have the use of over 6,000 Link cash machines? Or is it that we promise never to invest our customers' money in countries with oppressive regimes?
What's the difference between the cooperative bank and the other major banks? Is it that we have 24-hour telephone banking? Is it that we have a network of high street branches? Is it that we have the use of over 6,000 Link cash machines? Or is it that we promise never to invest our customers' money in companies that needlessly pollute the environment?
Most bank commercials are so fucking forgettable that they could only dream of being on this list. But most banks aren't the Cooperative Bank of the United Kingdom. Now, while they don't have features that different from any other bank, they won't sell terrorists landmines or do business with polluters or oppressors. I mean, shit, I won't lie, while I just got my bank card and used it to DoorDash myself some Burger King, knowing my money isn't being used for evil would be nice. Now, back to the commercials. The imagery detailed in all three of these commercials is absolutely haunting, especially the landmine one, detailing how we'll all get ripped apart by it.
The beast lives, out of the raging storm, in the dead of night.
To those who guessed a new countdown was coming from my upload of this, you were correct. Indeed, this commercial was going to be on here. Now, to get the damn thing, I had to rip it from a re-upload of Gabby the Clown's Top 20 Scariest Commercials, because this fucking thing was a bitch to find. And honestly, considering how it is in such poor taste, my bad for digging it back up. But on the other hand, the opera and grungy environments are incredibly creepy, as well as those rotten teeth in the mouths. I don't think this is a good commercial by any means, but it is absolutely scary.
The beast lives, out of the raging storm, in the dead of night.
Alex foarte bine. Incredibil.
Ce s-a întâmplat?
Ocelanule!
Okay, I like this ad, but it makes me beyond uncomfortable. You basically have a demented surgeon making people's heads square like the Scion XB and brainwashing them to think they're now beautiful. And it's beyond scary. It's giving human centipede, but the victims actually liked the results. Well, aside from the man who had a normal head who rightfully calls this surgeon a butcher. Like, they made these two men into Minecraft Steve, goddamn.
The beast lives, out of the raging storm, in the dead of night.
Who are you? What are you doing here, and where are my horses?
Honestly, Stableman, I'm just as freaked out as you are. Everything about this commercial is so fucking unsettling. I didn't even think Canada was capable of producing commercials this unsettling. Though it was directed by the same guy who made all the Little Babies ice cream commercials we just talked about on this list about 10 entries ago, so it checks out. But this is by far the scariest thing he's ever made. The appearance of the horse girls, the moans they make, the way they stare him down, it's shot like a damn horror movie. Like, dude, this is your cue to run, and I'm glad you took it.
The beast lives out of the raging storm in the dead of night.
God damn it, why the hell did Sony make so many fucking demonic ass ads? It seemed like every PlayStation prior to the PS4 came with a dose of nightmare fuel. I already don't like dolls, and I'm pretty sure this ad, being something I no doubt saw at around the same early childhood era as the Burger King ads, is why I'm more of a plushie kind of girl. At least I know my Blowhigh or my Sylveon isn't going to give me fucking nightmares upon seeing my PlayStation 5 when I finally get it, that is. I can't say the same for this creepy baby doll.
The beast lives out of the raging storm in the dead of night.
Welcome to the third place.
PlayStation 2! The third place!
Now, is this the most unnerving PlayStation commercial I've ever seen? Absolutely. But a common theme of this countdown has been number ones I think aren't exactly deserving. And I know the whole point of these lists is that they're subjective. I don't believe this is the scariest commercial of all, obviously, as there are 6 more entries on this list. And I at all surprised that David Lynch directed this? No. This monstrosity is such an acid trip, I'd be surprised if it wasn't directed by Mr. Lynch. But it's still not the scariest. It isn't even in the top 5. It's mostly just a very bizarre fever dream, although the duck guy is creepy.
The beast lives out of the raging storm in the dead of night.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 6, 6, 8, 9,
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
These are the stakes. To make a world in which all of God's children can live, or to go into the dark. We must either love each other or we must die.
Vote for President Johnson on November 3rd. The stakes are too high for you to stay home.
Political advertisements have always had this really unnerving aura to me when they aren't being beyond cringeworthy, and the first known attack ad in US history is absolutely a heavy hitter deserving this spot. The minimalist environment of an innocent little girl in a field and the nuclear countdown is beyond unnerving, and considering how tense America was at the time Lyndon B. Johnson was running for office, these were very valid fears. In fact, this commercial was so terrifying it only ever aired once, and yet Lyndon B. Johnson won a majority landslide.
The beast lives out of the raging storm in the dead of night.
Yeesh. Remember, I'm a lifelong resident of the New England region of the United States of America, so I do know all too well snowy roads can be scary, but they must be a whole different breed in Japan. This girl looks like a fusion of Momo. Fuck, that's an internet deep cut from the dark recesses of 2020, and Sadako from The Ring, and with the loudest jump scare of this video to boot. It looks like found footage too, and while those types of horror are beyond cheesy, this one plays it amazingly.
The beast lives out of the raging storm in the dead of night.
Nigel, walkies. I don't seem to be able to keep my food down nowadays. Everything seems to go straight through me. It must be my digestion.
I still remember when the man I am essentially the American spiritual successor of, when it comes to PSA content, talked about this little number on his top 10 scary adverts. Again, it's a number one on someone else's countdown I disagree with the placement of, but his write-up was spot on. I don't even think Tyler, the creator, in his Goblin era, could compile a more disturbing collection of intrusive thoughts put to paper.
The beast lives, out of the raging storm, in the dead of night.
Most film trailers don't tend to be scary, but well, to say the least, I couldn't think of a more fitting film than End of Evangelion for this to be for. Like, the screams and rapid-fire scenes of destruction make it incredibly terrifying, especially when it's only revealed at the end what this commercial is about. I couldn't think of any better film for this to be for than the existential dystopian action anime that is End of Evangelion.
The beast lives, out of the raging storm, in the dead of night.
After weeks in captivity, an animal has convulsions, can mutilate itself, and even go insane. Imagine what happens to a human after 4 years. The Brian Keenan story, this Saturday in the new Weekend Guardian.
This is by far the most terrifying Guardian ad ever put to air. Between the shot of the cage, the talk of what animals in captivity do, and the shrieks, this fucking thing even manages to sneak in a reference to its horrifying news story, the story of Brian Keenan, a man held hostage for 4 years in Beirut, Lebanon by Shia jihadist insurgents. It's a far cry from the commercials we saw for this beloved British newspaper in the 2010s, what with fleshing out the Three Little Pigs into a high-profile news story. And now for some quick honorable mentions.
So, I'm in the middle of nowhere, checking a pump. And bang! A snake jumps out and hits me. So I reckon I'm an hour from town, with half an hour to get there. And the country's as rough as guts. 5 minutes in, things start getting weird, like slowing down, speeding up. It was like there were ants crawling inside me. I had to take the odd shortcut. I knew one Taipan bike to kill 100 men. I could feel the poison pumping through my body. Like my own heart was killing me. I was hallucinating. My head was all over the place. Lucky the cruiser wasn't. In anything else, I would have been stuffed.
Now, this is one I really wanted to talk about since, unlike most of these commercials, it utilizes the environment of the country it originates from for its fear factor. Bushies, otherwise known as the people of Australia's Northern Territory, are some of the toughest people on Earth, and as this commercial shows, they have to be because this is where a lot of Australia's deadliest creatures live, like the snake that bit the man. And as this commercial shows, the Hilux and Land Cruiser are popular vehicles there for a reason. You simply won't survive with a car any less rugged, but I couldn't think of a place to put this one.
It's a fine day, people open windows, they leave their houses just for a short while. They walk by the grass and they look at the grass, they look at the sky. It's going to be a fine night tonight, it's going to be a fine day tomorrow.
クリネックスティッシュです。
It's a fine day, people open windows, they leave their houses just for a short while. They walk by the grass and they look at the grass, they look at the sky. It's going to be a fine night tonight, it's going to be a fine day tomorrow.
クリネックスティッシュです。
I think I may have solved the issue of why we in the West believe this Japanese commercial had a curse to change at midnight. There were actually two versions of this commercial, and presumably to fuck with us, a Japanese person pretended the commercial changed at midnight. This one has been on so many lists, it's hard to take seriously. There is no fucking curse, though admittedly the soundtrack is spooky.
There can be no whitewash.
Read my lips.
No taxes.
People wouldn't know me. No, I wouldn't. Never take drugs. And I come out
today still innocent of
the charges
against
me.
It has nothing to do with
intelligence.
There's not an up-there officer as the Jewish Congress pretends I was. This is just true.
Did I do anything immoral? I absolutely did not. I'm very happy serving under Margaret Thatcher's leadership.
The Prime Minister is leader of the Conservative Party. She will
remain leader of the Conservative Party
up to and through and after
the general election.
I did want to include this on the proper list, but I decided against it, as compared to the other commercial for The Guardian, it really isn't all that scary. Don't get me wrong, it is one of the most unnerving commercials for this newspaper, but compared to the other stuff it was up against, it really didn't stand a chance. This commercial at least had to be mentioned, as it seemed to have scared a lot of my UK counterparts, and honestly, I don't blame them. Between the eerie lighting, the fact that aside from the man, everything is CGI, and that horrifying scream, this commercial doesn't just feel like a fever dream, it feels like a nightmare from death's door. But it lost out to Burger King's 2048 ad because this ad has been talked about so much, and I wanted to give a spotlight to a lesser known ad. I actually remember seeing this on TV as a 9-year-old. Definitely an experience seeing this after King of the Hill's episode ended. but I just don't really find it all that scary anymore. Like, yes, it's creepy, and that maniacal laughing corpse woman coughing up blood isn't someone I would ever like to see on my TV late at night again, but still. And now, on to the dreaded number 1 entry.
For its sacrifice. Through the hideous darkness it lurches, driven by death itself. Only the satisfaction of slaughter will cause it to return to the darkness from which it came.
Is it gone? Is the spider gone? This commercial is so well made. It's a shame I'm so terrified of spiders I can only ever watch it once. Normally, I get over fears of commercials over time, but this one, fucking hell, I'm both an arachnophobe and I hate jump scares. And even if it weren't for the fact that we are being eaten alive by a terrifying spider car shapeshifter, that we get jump scared by, no less. That soundtrack alone makes Silent Hill seem like fucking Dora the Explorer. Dora saves the Crystal Kingdom for the Wii. I cannot stand this commercial. It is amazing, but I cannot watch it because I will have nightmares all night. There really was no better pick for number 1 than this one. And that, ladies, gentlemen, and fellow non-binary daisies, is the end of yet another video. Always fun to go back to my roots talking about commercials. I really should do it more often. Anyways, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment, and follow me on Blue Sky if you want to talk to me or see my insane ramblings. And if you've done all those things, y'all have a great day. Antonia out. Peace.